All right, today is Saturday, September 16th. I'm going to do a brief piano tutorial on one of my favorite tunes. It's a TV theme actually, and it's called Too Close for Comfort. It's from a show that came on, I think, late 70s or early 80s. It starred a guy named Jim J. Bullock and Ted Knight. Never watched the show. It was kind of more my siblings' flavor. But the music used to always captivate me. Every time the show come on, I would just look at the TV screen and looking at the music, I just thought it was a really pretty melody. And even though I wasn't playing the piano back then, I just remember being drawn to the music because it was very pretty. So over the years, I've looked for it and tried to find sheet music for it. No luck. Try to find a transcription for it. No luck. I don't know if one even exists. I do know it was written by, I think, Johnny Mandel, who's written Jesus music for MASH. He's just a great songwriter. He's probably in his 90s now, or he might even be dead. But I just think this composition is a great example of his use of harmony and melody. So, without further delay, this is going to be Too Close for Comfort, not to be confused with the other songs. It's Too Close for Comfort from the television show or the television sitcom. So I'm going to play it first, and I'll go back and do a tutorial on how it's played. There you go. That's the TV theme. So let's break it down as to the elements. The introduction is A, B, and E. You're playing with those notes. That's all you're doing is stacking those notes, playing them in fragments. And then you're coming in with the chord. That's going to be a G major 7th, G, B, D, F sharp. And then it's going to drop down to an A7, but we're not playing the A in the bass. So it's really just a G, B, C sharp, and E. So you could call it a C half diminished chord, or you can just call it an A7 chord without the A in the bass. Normally, whatever chord you have, you play the A. You play that root note in the bass, but I'm not playing that root note in the bass. So again, the chords is G, B, D, F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp, then G, B, C sharp, E. And then you play that along with that little fragmented intro. Then the sort of like the, I guess you call it the verse, because there's not really words to it. It goes. Play it again. The chord structure is D major 7th, D, F sharp, A, C sharp, to an E minor 7th, E, G, B, D. So it's now that third chord, you can think of that as being a G major chord with an A in the bass. Or you can think of that as being sort of like an A9 chord. I'll just call it, for simplicity purpose, we'll say a G major with the A in the bass. So that's going to be A in the bass, a G in the bass as well, and then your right hand, B, D, and B. Now I do one chord that I didn't hear in the tune. I just think it makes it sound better. That's when I drop it down to what I call the A7 with the flat 9th chord. So it's right there. So it's so I'm going, and that chord is going to be A, and G in the bass, and then you're going to have a B flat, C sharp, E, and G. And then you do it again. Except when you get to this chord, this time instead of going to the, you're going to go to what I like to call a B suspension chord. That's going to be in your bass, a B, and then your right hand is going to be B, E, F sharp, and B. And that's going to resolve itself downward. So it's going to be the same chord. So you're going from B, E, F sharp, B to B, D sharp, F sharp, B. So a B suspension chord to an actual B chord. Now I do add another chord in here that's not necessarily in the tune, but I think it makes the transition better. So when you go, that right there, I love that chord. So I would call that chord a B7 with a sharp ninth. Because ordinarily the B ninth would be, and I'm sharpening that ninth, and I'm dropping out the fifth. So it's going to be, again, a B ninth chord, a B7 chord with a sharp ninth, no fifth. So your notes are going to be B in the bass, D sharp, A, and then D natural with the right hand. So it's going to, again, right there. Now goes into the meaty part of the tune. It goes. Alright, so that chord, after you do the transition, your chords are going to be, that's going to be an E minor ninth. Left hand is going to be an E. Right hand is going to be a G, B, D, and F sharp. Your next chord, that's going to be, I would call that an F sharp. You can do it several ways, so let me think about that. Okay, so I would call that second chord, that's going to be a F sharp, just plain F sharp chord with the sharp fifth. The F sharp chord is F sharp, A sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. The only difference is you're going to move that C sharp down to a D. So your chord's going to be in your left hand, just a double up on the bass, F sharp. Right hand is going to be A sharp or B flat, D natural, and F sharp. And then the third one is going to be a B minor ninth chord. It's going to be B in the left hand, and then A natural, C sharp, D, and F sharp in the right hand. And then the last chord is going to be what they call an E13th chord. That's going to be an E in the bass, and then a G sharp, C sharp, D natural, and F sharp in the right hand. So next chord is going to be simply a G major 7th chord. Which is going to be G, B, D, F sharp in the right hand, and G in the left hand, or bass G. Double up on it. And the last chord is going to be a G, just the same G major 7th chord, except you're going to have an A in the bass this time versus the G. So it went from same chord in the right hand. You're jumping back and forth from the G to the A. So I'm going to play that sequence again. So. The only catch is I purposely put the chords, arrange the chords in that fashion so you can still play the melody with the chords. So if you play the chords the way I've laid them out, you can play the melody with it. So it's, and each one of those chords, you notice I put the F sharp on top because the F sharp is the melody. So it's, now this breakdown is my favorite. Now, I wouldn't say I probably transcribed this exactly the way Johnny Mandel wrote it, because the chords are blurred with a lot of symphonic instruments and strings, and you can't really hear it. You can hear it, but you couldn't, I don't know if you can parse out every note to the harmony, but I think I kind of combined my own and got a gist of it. So this breakdown harmony goes, those chords are thick. They're thick and they're beautiful. So it goes, so I'm doing each one separate by separate. So it goes, separately. So it's going to be double up on the F sharp left hand, B, C sharp, F sharp. Next chord is going to be double up on D in left hand, A, C sharp, F sharp, which is basically a D7th chord. The next chord, I would call this a C sharp 7 suspension chord. You're playing in the left hand, a C sharp, in the right hand, G sharp, B natural, F sharp. And the next chord is going to be, I'm going to call this an E diminished chord with an F sharp in the bass. Because your E diminished chord is going to be an E, G, and B flat. And the only thing is I'm adding another E up here. So it's E, G, B flat, E, and then the F sharp in the bass. Now, the only difference is I'm playing on my left hand, I'm playing the F sharp and the E together. And then my right hand, I'm playing just the G, the B flat, and the E. So, and the last chord we did previously, if you remember, that is the B7th chord with no fifth, with a sharp ninth. So your chords are B in the bass, double up the octave, left hand, D sharp, A natural, and D natural. D sharp, A natural, D natural. And then you do it again. Now that last time, that goes. On this one, you're going to play an F sharp minor chord, double up the F sharp in the left hand, and your right hand is going to be an A natural, C sharp, F sharp. That's your chord. But then you're going to hit the A after it, the A natural afterwards. So it's, so really the F sharp and the A is the melody. I'm just playing with the F sharp. I'm playing the chord A natural, C sharp, and F sharp. Now in the right hand, the left hand, you're going to hit, that's going to be F sharp, G natural, and A. Good. So. Now the last part, I'm playing the chord. So it's, except when I hit the D, I'm going to play the whole D chord. left hand is so that's going to be A, B, D, and end on the D. A, B, D, end on the D. A, B, D, end on the D. And so you're going to end, it's going to end on a D major chord. So. Again. That's pretty much it. That's the whole tune. So I would say that breakdown, that is, I think that's my favorite part. Again, it's not an exact transcription to that breakdown part, because if you listen to that tune over and over, the harmonies are very thick and rich and it's blurred with a bunch of instruments, but I got the overall feeling for it. So if you can learn that, you can get through that part of the song. And the chords are just, ooh, they're thick. Listen to things. I mean, that's the perfect transition to Too Close for Comfort from the television show sitcom is written in the key of D major. The harmonies are very thick. It's written by a guy named Johnny Mandel, who I can't really tell you all the tunes this guy wrote. He wrote the theme song for MASH. He wrote the theme song for, I think, Taxi. He's done orchestration for movies. He's written a lot of classic music for movies and television. But his use of harmonies is just insanely, just crazy. And even if you don't play that song, I mean, just to pull the harmonies out on it. It's just his harmonies are just so thick and rich. So if you can learn to play that song or play that tune and get a good feel of the harmony, you can use that harmony in other ways as well. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Again, this TV show is called Too Close for Comfort. It's a TV sitcom, late 70s, early 80s. If you have any questions or comments or any feedback, please give me a holler. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Take care.